All right, welcome back to the place to be reviews. Let's handle the business end of this first. Get that out of the way here, the legal stuff. Now that the legal stuff's out of the way, let's get on with the review. Batwoman episode 7, Tell Me the Truth. That's right, another one. The show's still on the air, much to the chagrin of me. But before we get on with everything, please be sure to leave a like and a comment below and consider subscribing if you like the content we provide. Follow us across social media, Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. Batwoman episode 7, the ongoing narrative of the show goes like this. Episode 6, I made them cringe more than any other episode. Episode 7, Hold My Beer. Of course, we start with the obligatory flashback of last week's Theater of the Absurd. This week starts with our throwaway antagonist, the Rifle. He's attempting an assassination only to be foiled by Batwoman. And she has an encounter with Sophie. But before we go to our first annoying Vesper Fairchild voiceover, we meet Julia Pennyworth. And can I just say how much I despise Rachel Maddow's voice? I mean, you want to talk about cringy and annoying. I mean, first of all, her and Matthew Perry look, well, actually, Matthew Perry looks rough compared to Rachel Maddow, which is really sad. So Julia Pennyworth is the daughter of Alfred, Bruce Wayne's trusted butler, and of course she's just an ass-kicking, badass, beautiful woman, like every other female in the show, it seems like. We get a hilarious segment of Kate angrily training while talking about her dad and Catherine's divorce, and the entire time she's just ignoring everything that Luke Fox is saying. And of course we get a flashback scene of Kate and Sophie in bed together. This is a flashback sequence, and cut to Sophie and her husband, Tyler, who's starting to question Sophie's relationship with Batwoman. Dun dun dun. He asks who she is. Of course, she denies knowing it. What a shock there. We get Catherine and Mary in their limo with some meaningless back and forth dialogue, and we find out that Devereaux's dead. This accelerator weapon is gone, and what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do now? I mean, it's just ridiculously hilarious, stupid, and funny. The plot armor that they try to put in that absolutely goes just nowhere in this show because the writing is so bad. They just write themselves into corners every time. And Catherine and Mary's dynamic it's utterly ridiculous and cringy. I mean, I don't even know how to describe how funny and stupid it is at the same time. This show, they just continually write themselves into a corner. And it's like they have no idea where to go. None. None whatsoever. And it's just, I can't even help but laugh. But no, seriously, in all seriousness. So we move on from the limo, and Kate, of course, takes out the Rifle, who escapes as she has a little back and forth battle with Julia Pennyworth. And, it turns out, of course, that they had a relationship as well because, this show, why wouldn't Kate have a relationship with Julia Pennyworth? She's beautiful. Uh, and Alice watches as Mouse kills this scientist by just stabbing him repeatedly. And then, of course, we see another female do what they do best in this show. And what is that, kids? Come on. She just gets to do what? Emasculates another male. That's right. The Rifle, our throwaway villain, just gets emasculated and gets made to look kind of like a fool at Alice's, you know, it's ridiculous. And I like Rachel Scarston, but she was kind of over the top, even more so. And then Alice makes this weird line about eating her fingernails or something, which I didn't really. It was when she was supposed to be when she was in the mental hospital or something. She was talking about eating her fingernails, so that just I guess par for the course. Julia and Kate are in the Bat Cave, and Julia says, "Good for you, following your cousin's footsteps," which is funny because we all know that Kate doesn't want to be in any man's shadow, especially her cousin Bruce's, even though everything that she has is because of him, as far as all the bat tech and everything goes. But hey, he's just the guy that invented it. So it's a funny piece of dialogue if you really think about it in the context of the show and just how stupid the logic and reasoning is here. Um, so Kate and Julie have this awkward discussion about their hookup, and we find out that Kate used Julia as her rebound from Sophie, which which is funny because that brings us, flashback Kate and Sophie and their should they hold tell the truth moment when they're in the academy still. That dilemma's in full swing, and of course they're the top two candidates at the academy. Then there's this cringy scene of them at this restaurant, and the owner, Mater D, asks them to leave because Kate has sneakers on, and she says the only thing you find offensive about these sneakers is the thing that's in them, and that's me. And it's just this whole like cringy ass line, and the guy just stands there with this look on his face like he doesn't know what to do. It's great. It's just greatness. So it's just really bad. I mean, if you want to talk like just homophobic stereotypes and ham-fisted stuff, there it is. I mean, I can't even call it anymore with this. I mean, I don't know. It's just cringy as hell. Then you get Sophie's husband, Tyler, finally finds out that she dated Kate for 3 years. This is kind of a piece of information that you'd think that Mr. Cuck would know. So yeah, 3 years they dated, and he has this one-off line, and he says, "Well, that's longer than anybody I've been with outside of you." And this guy, this is like the scene where he just basically finds out he's a cock. Let's see. Mary walks in on Luke, Julie, and Kate almost entering the back cave through Bruce's office because security's ineffectual. Sophie tells Jacob that Kate is Batwoman, so now we have 900 or 9,986,000 people who know who Batwoman is. We get a scene with Sophie in a flashback telling off a white male officer the day Kate got kicked out of the academy for their homosexual rule breaking, which back then it was the don't ask, don't tell thing, but it was still frowned upon. So she's telling him off and lists all Kate's accomplishments, has a total "you go girl" moment. I mean, I have nothing against. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but it's just funny the way they do it is so ham-fisted. Sophie's searching for the missing rifle by using the electronic pulse of it. She sees Batwoman, confesses her feelings, tells her she told her dad she's Batwoman, and then Kate comes up from the rear and says, "Sophie?" And then the rifle shoots Batwoman, which is Julia, and knocks her through the building. Crows pick up Batwoman, which is Julia, take her away to Jacob. Kate goes after him on her motorcycle, shoots out a tire from 50 meters while riding her motorcycle at excessive speeds, then beats both of the larger guards, a a big ass male guy, and then a big female, knocks them both out, frees Julie easily. Rifle gets emasculated by Alice again. It turns out Alice she betrayed the big boss by switching out the round in the coil accelerator to keep Kate alive. Little did she know it wasn't Kate, and making it look like the rifle didn't complete his assignment. She slaps him in the face, and we of course end the episode with Julia and Kate flirting, and Julia tells Kate that it's basically good to know people know she's Batwoman. She can also, people know where she is. Kate and Sophie have the obligatory scene where Kate rejects Sophie. She leaves. Sophie tells Tyler she doesn't have to worry about Kate, so the cuck is no longer a cuck, he hopes, but little do they know, it's CW. Kate's opening a gay bar across the street from the restaurant that kicked her out. So, you go, girl. Stunning, and that's totally stunning and brave. Let's see what else we got. Mouse dresses Jacob, goes to Weirdo headquarters where Alice and him have some dialogue, and they discuss their mad tea party, and that's the end, thank God. Ugh. I wish the cancellation would just snap its fingers on this show, because this is I really hope you guys watch this and share it and like it and comment, because these episodes are getting more painful. You don't have any more till next week now. Oh, I mean, this episode was a chore. I watched it 3 times. I mean, I always say this is the worst episode yet, but they're getting progressively worse and worse as time goes on. There's nothing redeeming about any of these anymore. It's bad. It's pathetic and it's cringy and ugh. But I do enjoy making these for you guys. This is the place to be reviews. I'm Etep Wakuian. I've been here with all the yous. But before we go, please remember to like, share, and subscribe. Follow us across social media, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. If I don't see you, remember, folks, you guys have a great day and a pleasant tomorrow. Join us on the boardroom, 8:30 Central, Raiders of the Lost Flicks.